That is the Cupra Tindaya, and it might just be a concept for now, but it offers us our first look at a driver-focused flagship SUV that should arrive in the next few years to take on the new BMW iX3. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. I'm Ellis Hyde, and you're watching Auto Express. As I said, the car you see here is a concept, so it's not going to appear in your local Cupra dealership straight away. However, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky kind of creation. We've known for some time that Cupra is working on a new flagship SUV that will launch sometime in the next few years. Plus, most of Cupra's concept cars are incredibly close to the road-going models that eventually follow. Even the outrageous Urban Rebel concept that was unveiled in 2021, which featured a gigantic rear wing and bulging wheel arches, has been slightly toned down and will arrive next year as the Raval, an electric super mini to rival the Renault 5. Basically, a couple of styling changes here and there, plus some smaller wheels, and I think the Cupra Tindaya is ready for action. At the front, Cupra's shark nose design from the Tavascan and Terramar SUVs has been taken to a new extreme. There's also a sharper take on the brand's 3-triangle headlight signature, an illuminated Cupra logo on the nose, and below that is a digital panel that projects a welcome ceremony when the Tindaya comes to life, and sort of flowing graphics as you drive along. Possibly my favourite detail on this car are these huge pincer-like elements in the bumper that are made from transparent perspex and glow thanks to these lights inside them. Down the side there are these huge 23-inch wheels with a highly complex design that's based on the brand's emblem. Meanwhile, the rocker panels have a unique rippling effect which was inspired by human muscle tissue, and the way these panels curve underneath the car also makes it look much higher off the ground. From this angle, you can see how the paint shifts from a deep metallic grey to a warmer desert sand hue. This was actually inspired by the landscape around the Tindaya mountain in the Canary Islands, which is where this car gets its name. Finally, we come to the rear, which somehow is even more aggressive than the front. There are more glowing slashings of fins on either side of this massive diffuser. Plus, there's a twin-fin roof spoiler and a coast-to-coast, that's what Cupra calls it, light bar with, of course, another illuminated Cupra logo sitting pride of place in the centre there. Sorry to interrupt, but did you know you can sell your car through Auto Express? With decades of trusted reviews and advice behind us, you can sell your car with confidence, knowing that we know what makes it valuable. No nonsense, just unrivaled expertise. Get an honest valuation for your car now in the link in the description. Now this is a radical new cockpit design for Cupra. For starters, it ditches the big central touchscreen everyone expects these days and instead has all the vital driving information plus navigation and media, all on this 24-inch curved display directly in front of the driver. Now the heart of the Tindaya is this thing, which Cupra calls the Jewel. It's basically a drive mode selector, with each one altering the lighting, sound and graphics in the cabin. Now we're currently in immersive mode, but if I switch into rider, you get these neon purple and green ambient lighting and more info on the driver's display. Plus you'll notice these touch sensitive buttons on either side of the display now change so you can do things like turn off the traction control and adjust the suspension. By the way, these seats are supposed to be what the next evolution of Cupra's Cup bucket seats could look like, and the upholstery is bio-based vegan leather, while the headrests are made from 3D knitting and more transparent glowing perspex. One element I haven't mentioned yet is this central spine that runs through the entire cabin from the dashboard all the way into the boot. And towards the back there are these harder pieces that, to my eye, resemble the rocks that I'm guessing are around the Tindaya mountain. Finally, we've got to talk about what's underneath all this scalpel sharp bodywork, and it's the Volkswagen Group's brand new platform called SSP, which is going to be used by a variety of brands from Skoda to Porsche and even Lamborghini. Thanks to this platform, Cupra says the Tindaya can accommodate two types of powertrain, fully electric and what's called a range extender hybrid, which is what's in the car you're seeing here. Under that enormous bonnet is a 1.5 litre petrol engine, which doesn't sound particularly exciting, but then again, it's not actually going to be used to drive the wheels. The engine's sole purpose is to generate energy for two electric motors, one at the front and another at the rear, that deliver all-wheel drive at a combined 489 brake horsepower. 0 to 62 takes just 4.1 seconds, which would make this the quickest car Cupra has ever made. But maybe more impressive is, thanks to that range extender setup and in particular that petrol engine, the Tindaya can cover more than 621 miles in one go. That's enough to get you from London to Paris and back again without stopping once.
Because the Cupra Tindaya we see here is just a concept, we can't tell you what it's like to drive. And we also can't say how much is going to change for a possible production version. However, after having looked around this very dramatic looking car, I must say I'm very excited about the future of Cupra, especially its decision to continue focusing on the driver and the driving experience when so many other companies are pushing forward with autonomous driving technology.